I know.
Well, I don't like Instagram.
Really?
It's too delayed.
Oh, okay. So when you on Instagram, whenever, like, because you see me here, so you're seeing something here that, and then it's coming up on Instagram later.
No, I didn't even have you on the phone. It was just Instagram that you did last night, and it's so delayed that the questions are all out. That's why I quit answering the questions, because they're so delayed that it's crazy.
No, that's good to know. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry, people are popping on. I'm having a side conversation with Dee. So that's good to know. So maybe I won't have people participate in answering the psychic questions on Instagram if it's so delayed. Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad to see everyone joining me this morning. I want to thank everyone for being here. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, Tracy, for sharing my live. Tracy, let me see. Let's do a card reading for Tracy Renfro. Let's see, Tracy. Y'all know how it is. I say Tracy's name until the card says stop, or until the energy gets sticky. Like right there, I went to pull it and I could hardly get it out. We gotta stop. We did a fun. So anyone on here, I have I know Dee knows what I'm about to talk about. I have a group called the Divine Collective. It's only accessible through my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. It's called the Divine Collective. We have a couple of meetups. There's just a lot of things involved in it. A couple of meetups, some training, blah, blah, blah. Yesterday, I sent out a group healing for everyone. Did you listen to that, Dee, the group healing?
Yes.
So on Sunday we were learning cards, and that was kind of fun. Except we were using oracle cards on Sunday. We weren't using the tarot deck, which I'm a fan of, but I do have oracle cards, and we were using them. Also, we were just talking about a channeling came through. So the craziest thing happened. This reading is for Tracy. I have the cards laid out and I will get to it. But the craziest thing happened. So y'all see right now, my light is just fine. If you've watched me long enough, you have seen my light flicker during lives or when I'm reading someone. So on Sunday, that light was flickering the entire time we had this meeting. And I knew what it was. I knew what the spirit was, but I was ignoring it because I did not want to do what the spirit was asking me to do. Dee is now laughing at me. So this light's flickering. Hello, Lana. And I was ignoring it. And the more I ignored it, the more it flickered. Then it got to the point it would go off for like 5 seconds and then come back on. Flicker. Go off for 5 seconds and come back on. Flicker. Finally, I was like, dang it, fine. So we started addressing this spirit. I knew what the spirit wanted me to do, and I didn't want to do it. So I was ignoring it. It was still flickering. So we tapped into the spirit. I helped people figure out who it was because, again, whenever you first start learning mediumship, if anyone's interested, my class starts Wednesday. When you first start learning like an intro to mediumship that's coming up, we will really focus on this level of energy, which is psychic, and this level of energy, which is departed loved ones, right? So most of the people on my Divine Collective was really in tune to these two levels of energy. Their thoughts were not even going up here, right? So I helped them. They figured out who it was. And it was someone who had a much higher level of energy. And they wanted me to channel them. I didn't want to channel because this was a new group of people. I didn't want to freak them out because channeling, so sometimes I will channel a spirit, but you don't even really realize it. Because I'll just bring through a little information and I talk about what they're saying. And especially when you hear me say words and you say, oh my goodness, my past relative used to say that. I pretty much channeled that. But a full-blown channeling is when I take over the energy of who is around and I start speaking like I'm them. So I didn't want to do that in front of this group of people who were at different levels. I didn't want to freak them out. But I'm telling you, this light kept flickering until I started channeling. And when I started channeling, it stopped. Did it stop, Dee, when I started channeling?
Yes, it did.
Do you want to tell them who I channeled?
No, that's yours.
I will give y'all a hint. So something happened at the beginning of this. So y'all want to start guessing who I channeled. Very high level energy, let me tell you that. It wasn't someone's departed loved one. I'll give you a hint of who it was. So are y'all ready? The first person who answers correctly, I will ask you to go live with me and you can do whatever. I'll give you a reading or cards or whatever you want. So this is the hint. Someone asks me, and this is what started it all, Christy, what is the difference between oracle cards and tarot cards, right? I turned back here to grab cards. When I did that, I made a joke out of it because I didn't realize it was going to be an issue at the time. I have Bibles over here. Whenever I went to grab the cards, I knocked this Bible off and it landed on the floor. And jokingly, I said, oh my goodness, I knocked a Bible on the floor. You know what? Ash Renee, how did you know? Look at that. You're right.
There you go.
Ash Renee answered correctly first. It was Jesus. Okay, I'm going to ask Ash Renee to go live. She was the first one who answered correctly. After I give this reading, this card reading, these cards I've already pulled for, it was like Renfro. What was her name? Tracy Renfro.
Right.
Okay, Miss Tracy, the first card I have here is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is really about challenges and responsibility when it comes to your motivation and your action and your ability to move forward. You're having some challenges in that. Now, how do you fix that? You really need to start recognizing your limitations. So, this is also something we're going to start discussing in the Divine Collective. Sometimes we want people to like us, or we want to do things, and we keep saying, yes, 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 I'll do that. Or we have people start pegging us to do stuff, right? People that are used to us saying yes to them will start telling us to do things. And this is to recognize your limitations, not in a bad way, honey. Not in a bad way. I'm hearing that you are so busy trying to do for other people, you're not doing for Tracy. And so there is how you fix that. First of all, you are having some, the Seven of Wands is really about challenges in your motivation. You're having challenges in your motivation because you haven't recognized your limitations yet and you're being pegged to do so much. Sometimes whenever you are pegged to do so much, you get so overwhelmed, then you just kind of get in this immobilization. That's what I'm feeling. How do you get out of it? The Four of Cups is telling me that there's someone around you who you could share this responsibility with that you're not recognizing. The Four of Cups, you see how they're looking away? It's a recognition that there's someone around you who could help you in this situation and you're not recognizing that they could help. Once you recognize this person, start putting up boundaries with other persons, start partnering with who it is that's trying to help you, who you're not allowing to help, who you're just not recognizing them. Then is the Wheel of Fortune, which is a very positive card. Once you start delegating and start recognizing that people can help you, you're going to be so much happier, so much more relieved and headed forward. All right, Miss Ash Renee, you were the first one to guess. So here you go. Let's see what Miss Ash Renee needs or wants today.
Good morning.
Are you there? Are you there? Can you hear her, G?
Yes, but no, she may not be connected yet.
I can hear you now.
Okay, there you go. There you go. All right, so now it is you're called Ash or Ashley?
Ashley.
Ashley. All right, Miss Ashley. How did you know who it was? You knew immediately.
I'm literally was reading. I started a Bible study last night and I was literally just looking at my Bible whenever you said that.
Very good. So for everyone listening, what Ashley just got was what we call and what I teach a forced connection. But Ashley, good on you for recognizing that. I can't tell you how many times people get synchronicities or forced connections and they don't even recognize they're getting them. So Spirit just used something in Ashley's physical realm to get a message to her. And also I want to compliment Ashley because she had her Bible. I could have been channeling anyone out of that Bible. I could have been channeling Moses, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene. I could have been channeling a ton of people, but you knew it was Jesus. So good for you.
Thank you.
All right. So now, Miss Ashley, what would you like me to do for you today?
I've never tried to get my mom.
All right.
If you can.
Of course, so now I call up Ashley's mom and wait. Okay. Instantly, this lady stepping up, she's got that Spitfire energy. Okay, so don't come after me, people, but there's different levels of Spitfire. And if I have like this macro Spitfire, there's sub energies to it. This lady has Southern Spitfire energy to her.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let everyone know, because I don't want people, well, my grandmother was in Spitfire and she was from the East Coast. Yes, but there's different kinds of Spitfires. This is definitely the kind of, I just want to say, well, bless your heart, honey.
I'm in Louisiana.
What's that?
I'm in Louisiana.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
What part of Louisiana?
Around Lake Charles.
Okay, very good. I grew up in Alexandria. Did you know that?
I knew you were in Louisiana. I didn't know what part. Or
Yeah.
you used to be in Louisiana.
Yeah, I grew up right there in Alexandria. So this lady steps up with this bless your heart, honey kind of energy. And I just need to bring out my Southern drawl. And she's also talking about how, she's bringing up Natchitoches. Does your mom have did she love Natchitoches? She's taking me to Natchitoches at Christmas time. Did she have a love for Natchitoches? Did you know that about her?
No.
Okay, let's see what else she can give me. She's letting me know, Ashley, that she was ill towards the end of her life, and I'm feeling the need to protect people around me. I'm feeling the need to tell you a little bit of what's going on, but I don't really want you to know how bad it is, because I don't want to scare anyone. I just have this protection mode. She's very much showing me that your mom battled a lot on her own. She had a great support system. She had people that loved her, but she didn't want to bother them. She's also letting me know she is taking me to Natchitoches at Christmas because she loved Christmas so much. I was like, she's taking me she's circling back and doing it a different way. She's taking me to a Christmas tree. Do you have some of her old Christmas ornaments?
I used to, but everything got destroyed with the last hurricane.
Okay, very good. So this is, again, reference to who I have that you used to have. They may not have them now, but you did have some of her old ornaments. And so that is more evidence of who I have. Also, did you know that she kept some of her illness to herself?
Mainly like mental illness type stuff. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So when we're live, just so everyone is clear, I don't always say exactly what it is. Y'all probably, if anyone who has watched me read long enough will know I will, yes, did I know it was mental illness? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to say that about Ashley's mom right here with people watching. I was leaving that up to Ashley. If she wanted to say, great. If not, then I knew she would have said, yeah, I understand what you're talking about.
I'm a major advocate for mental illness. Yeah.
And so how do I put this? She was talking, because I don't want to scare anyone, because I teach mediumship. One of the mediumship gifts is called clairaudience, where you hear voices in your head. But I always say spirit voices will never tell you to hurt yourself or someone else. Your mom would really have these voices and these thoughts that she would let get out of control.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
I was just trying to word that in a way I didn't want to freak people out. And she is talking about, Ashley, how you are almost a magnet, because you have such a voice in that community and an advocate. You're a magnet for people with mental illness, not in a bad way.
Oh, yes.
And it's
They
because,
find me.
Yes, yeah. Well, it's because you have such a heart for it, and it's that matching of energy. Like, you have such a heart for these people that are struggling mentally. So you have that energy out there, so they're attracted to you. And your mom is so proud of you that you're taking this horrible situation about what took your mom off this planet and the things that happened to her while she was here, and you are turning it into something positive. Very few people can do that. It's called transmuting energy, and you do it so well. And your mom is talking about how proud she is of you for being such a bright light. She's saying in that space, though, of being a bright light for other people, don't forget to be a bright light for yourself.
Oh, yeah.
She is telling me that there are some, how do I put this? So there are some things that maybe you do that would be okay in moderation, and they're legal things. I don't want anyone out here to think Ashley's doing something illegal. She's not. They're legal things, but maybe you do too much of it.
Yep. I know exactly what that is.
And she's saying, make sure you're watching your own health, honey.
Yeah.
And real quick, the last thing, your mom is telling me that she is the one who is sending you the birds. And this can't be birds flying in the sky. It's birds doing something weird that like fly up to your window or sit on your windowsill and stare at you, something like that. All right. Thank you, Miss Ashley.
Thank you.
All right. That was a lot of fun. Ashley was the first one to guess of who I was channeling. And I think it's brilliant that her mom was, she's talking about, she's reading the Bible right now, that she used what's called a force connection to tell her, because how did you know? She instantly knew I had channeled Jesus on Sunday. She was like, how'd you know? Because she was looking at her Bible, and her mom used that as a force connection to get to her. So her mom was helping her to understand it was Jesus so that I would choose her. Real quick, I want to thank everyone who was on my live this morning and everyone who is liking and sharing my live. I so appreciate that. Let's see. I was like, what is this? Oh my goodness. So thank you, everyone who is following me this morning. Thank you. And I see someone says, shh, it's a secret. I love that name. Is that not funny, Dee? Oh my goodness. Shh, it's a secret. I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. I very much appreciate you. It helps me in the algorithm. Also, thank you, Tracy. Thank you. She said that was a great reading. All right, let's see here. I was coming up here. I thought I had, Tia. I was like, someone had shared my live like crazy. It was Tia. Oh, Miss Tia, I was going to ask of you to go live, but it doesn't look like it will let me. So, Miss Tia, if you would like me to read you or to do some cards or whatever, on the bottom it says guests. Click that and ask me to go live, and I will accept. You shared my live like crazy. I so appreciate you. Your earrings match the wings on the wall. Beautiful. Thank you, Tracy. I got these from a local lady who she made them. Her name is Jen. I don't know what she does for business. I'll have to look that up. Like what the name of her business is. She gave them to me for my birthday this year. I was like, because she had come to one of my big events I had here in the area. I was like, when did I do that? I did it earlier this year. All right. It doesn't look like Tia. I don't know if she's still here. But she's not asking to go live. So I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. I so appreciate you. Thank you, Bitter Hearts. Yeah, we'll do Bitter Hearts. She just sent me a gift. Let me see if she can go live. Let's see what I can do for her today. Let's see if she's gonna, okay. So Miss Bitter Hearts, I just asked you to go live. I don't know if you got that. Oh, there she is.
How are you?
Beautiful, how are you?
I am good.
Now, where are you located? You're on the East Coast, is that right?
I am. I'm in New York.
New York. Because you popped on the screen, I kept being taken to the East Coast, How are you today?
I am good, thank you. The camera won't stay on. I tried.
Oh, that's okay. That's
That's
okay. No, we would like to see your beautiful face. That's okay.
I was trying. It doesn't want to work.
Technology, I love it when it works, but it can be the bane of my existence on some days.
I agree.
So what can I do for you today? Do you want a reading? You want cards? What would you like?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I feel.
Some cards.
Let's pull cards. I'm not sure. Yeah.
So I'm going to just say her name and you shuffle the cards right there. Y'all can probably even hear that. They kind of stuck, and I heard the word stop. So it wasn't very many shuffles. Let's see what we have going on here. Okay. It's funny because a couple of these cards were in my reading earlier. So this is telling me, except it has different meanings. So now I want to everyone that is learning cards or reading cards, sometimes you'll have the same cards for the same people. For different people, and they mean different things. You tap them intuitively. There is some, now, are you not in a relationship, Bitter Hearts?
No, I'm not. It's complicated. It's not complicated. I'm not in a relationship, but I
Right.
do have a friend I kind of hang around with.
Right. That's what I was going to say. I was like, who is in your life? Because for the other person, it wasn't about a romantic relationship. There's someone in your life who you're not looking at. And I was like, who is she not looking at? And instantly my heart kind of jumped. So I was like, oh, this is a romantic relationship. So it's someone who you're not looking at in that manner, who could be in your life in that manner. And they would be a great fit for you.
I think he wants to, but I just kind of chalked it up as we're just good friends, but I think he might like me more. I don't know. He doesn't say.
No, he does. That's what this card is saying. And so whenever I was like, well, what is it? I'm just hearing that there's a little bit of fear in you. You value this person. There's a couple of things going on. I'm hearing that. For one thing, it's not someone who you would normally say, yes, I'm dating that person.
True.
It's someone who you kind of had to get to know. And once you've gotten to know them, you really like them as a human.
True.
Yes. But now that you have gotten over this, not someone I would normally date, but I do like them as a human. Hold on just a second. I'm sorry. Had someone here. There was a group chat going on. I'm sorry for everyone watching. And we had someone here looking to do something on the house. And I was seeing if they were, if they had, oh, there you are.
I got it to work.
If they had said, because I saw my husband in the group chat say, I'm going to need your mom's approval for that kind of money. So I was wondering if they'd come through with with an amount, because I can imagine what we have to have done to our house is not going to be cheap. So this is someone that you really need to look at differently. And once I tapped into this, it's someone who she likes on a, like on a friendship level, and you're thinking about it, but you don't want to ruin it. Like you don't want to ruin that friendship. What happens if it doesn't work out?
Right.
But the next card tells me it will work out. The next card is the Wheel of Fortune, which is a very happy card. It's all about things falling into place and things coming together. So once you start accepting this person, you stop turning your head away from where the relationship needs to go and accept it for where it's headed. It will be a very happy time in your life. This gentleman brings a lot of, he's good on a subconscious level even. Who he says he is, he is. And I was like, why is this card coming up? Because I was asking, why is this card coming up? I'm hearing because you have had a lot of people come into your life that weren't who they said they were. This guy is who he says he is. And the next card is, it even more solidifies that once you start looking at this guy for who he is, it brings a lot of happiness. He is who he says he is, and it will also bring stability into your life. The sticks is about stability. The swords is about thoughts in the subconscious. So this deck is using the swords to describe this gentleman. Swords are about the subconscious. So he has a lot of stability on his just who he is. What you see is what you get. And so once you enter into a relationship with him, that will also bring you into more of a point of stability. Am I saying this is your soulmate, is going to last forever? I don't know. I haven't tapped into it that much, but this is who you're supposed to be with for this moment. Actually, for quite some time.
Sounds fair. He's a hard worker. He's a good dad. So, and sometimes I doubt, like, is he really who he is?
Very good. So I want everyone watching to say the cards answered that. Like, I didn't know that was her question, but that's what I said when I pulled up this King of Swords. I said, this guy is who he says he is. And Bitter Hearts had said that she had wondered, is this guy really? Is this too good to be true? You know, is he really who he says he is? He is. And tell him when y'all start dating that I said, you're welcome.
Yes, I will. I will. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye. All right. Let's see here. What's going on? I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. Aww. Thank you, Tanisha. She says I'm a new follower. Thank you for the follow. Seeing all of your videos and thank you. So I was just telling Dee the other day that social media is a beast for any. Oh my goodness, how cute is that? That little TikTok shooting money at me. Social media is a beast, and I have recently hit social media hard. So you will see me hit it hard, and then I focus on something else. I hit it hard, and then I focus on something else. I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. I so appreciate you. Let's see here. Let's who was just sharing my live? Oh, we'll go with the Calm Room. They just sent me the money gun. That was so cute. Okay, the Calm Room. I'm about to ask you to go live. Let's see what she's got going on. I want to thank everyone. Oh, and she also shared my live. Thank you, Calm Room. She's being a great supporter today. I don't charge for readings on here. The only way to pay me for a reading is to book it on my website. Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. I do have some openings as early as next week. Okay, so the Calm Room, I just asked you to go live. I'm not sure if you got that. Did you get that invitation? It says invitation sent. Thank you, GAA5035. Oh, here she comes, the Calm Room. I love that name, the Calm Room. I like that logo too. I love your logo, Calm Room.
Thank you.
That's for your business?
Yes, ma'am.
I love that. Where are you located?
In St. Louis.
Oh, St. Louis, Missouri. How is it over there? I hear that you've had an uptick in crime.
In crime?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's always been that way, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I know. We live right outside of Omaha, Nebraska, and so we live in a little suburb, and where we are is, I feel kind of insulated, and then sometimes I'll see the news about what's going on in Omaha. It's like, oh my goodness, Omaha?
Right.
Right next door, Omaha? You feel like sometimes you get insulated from some of these things. All right, and what is your name?
It's Courtney.
Courtney. All right, Miss Courtney. What can I do for you today? Do you want cards? You want 11? What would you like today?
Well, I guess let's do cards.
Very good. I don't know. I was just really feeling the cards today. Okay, so for everyone watching, I'm just saying Courtney's name and shuffling the cards until it tells me to stop. And right there, I don't know if y'all heard the stick, it said stop. So let's see what we have going on, Miss Courtney. Oh, love that energy. All right. So for everyone watching, the tarot deck is broken up into two. It's the major arcana and the minor arcana, and the major arcana brings a big energy into your life. So I pulled 4 cards for you, Courtney, and 3 of those were major arcana. I haven't had any major arcana cards for anyone so far this morning. So that tells me there is a lot of energy, a lot of things, a lot of movement happening in your life right now.
Yeah.
The first one is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is all about sitting with your intuition, understanding the divine feminine, peeling back the layers to get to your own divine wisdom.
Okay.
So this tells me that there are spirit is really working hard in your life, I just want to say. I don't know if you've been recognizing the synchronicities, but I'm hearing that they have been dropping a lot into you on all different fronts. I'm seeing them telling you to put up boundaries with some people that are causing some upheaval in your life.
Okay.
I'm also seeing, they're showing me your business. What are they saying about your business here? Your business is, you have your own business?
Yes, ma'am.
I guess so, because you have the Calm Room, so that would be your logo. It's time to change it a little bit. Are you in business with someone else? Do you house your business in a place with someone else?
Yeah. So I have a suite inside of a spa.
Okay, very good. Now, have you been thinking of either switching spas or switching rooms? There's something about that that needs to change.
Okay. I'm adding things to it and investing in it, and wasn't sure if I should continue to do that or not.
Yes, you should. I'm seeing expansion.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, so what I'm seeing is when you were talking about investing in it, I'm seeing this expansion, but it's stopping here. So, yes, keep expanding.
Mm-hmm.
But then I followed the energy. I always say when I'm training someone or you're learning mediumship from me, we follow the energy. So I followed that energy, and you're going to expand even more. And they're showing me you doing a 180. I was like, what is this 180 about? Not this year, or maybe towards the end of next year or the beginning of the year after that, which will be 2026. The 180 is going to be you will be subleasing to people instead of the other way
Yeah.
around.
That's my goal. Yeah.
Okay, very good. I was afraid it was going to freak you out a little bit. Good.
No, that's my goal.
Very good. You're on the right track. Not quite there yet, but I'm seeing after this expansion, you're going to feel that you can't expand anymore until you make that jump over.
Right.
The next card we have up is the Queen of Wands, and this is really about having that feminine motivation, that feminine drive. Both of these cards are really talking about your divine feminine, getting into that wisdom. This queen is really showing you that you are going to be changing women's lives without even realizing it.
Wow.
So you don't necessarily counsel or mentor, like, I have people pop on my screen that I counsel and mentor. So you're not changing their lives in that way, but just their time with you allows them to release layers, allows them to just peel back a little bit at a time.
Funny that you say that because my clients, when they come in, I'm an esthetician.
Okay.
And so when my clients come in, I like to make them feel safe because they lay there, they fall asleep. I want them to feel safe enough to fall asleep,
Yes.
And a lot of them fall asleep, but a lot of them lay there and they end up telling me like their whole life,
Yeah.
and I don't know why. I'm like, why are you telling me? Because I'm also very sensitive and I feel for people.
Right, because you have created that safe space that allows
Yeah.
them to do so.
So
The
that
next
makes
card
sense.
is a Hierophant card, which makes sense because you said that you're very sensitive and you feel for people, because the Hierophant card is about sitting back and taking time for yourself. So make sure you are taking time to yourself to process and not take on what people have
Yeah.
given you, but to have some quiet so you have time to know who you are
Yeah.
and not take on what they're doing. In the end, you are doing exactly what you're meant to do in this world. In this lifetime right now, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. I know that you said you're an esthetician, but you really are more than that. You create a safe place for people to transmute energy, which is
I
beautiful.
love that. I love that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Comroom.
Thank you.
All right. I want to thank Courtney. What's her name? I want to thank Courtney. She was being very supportive. I so appreciate that. I haven't been able to join lately. Oh, well, I'm so glad you're here this morning, Nana Ray. Thank you, thank you. I know it's so funny. We those silly jobs like paying rent and buying food and junk. Those silly jobs. Thank y'all for the gift. I so appreciate you. I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. Y'all are being so supportive. I really appreciate it. All right, let's see. Baby Love. Let's see. Let's do Donna. Have I read Donna yet this morning? I don't think so. Miss Donna's been sending me some roses. So let's see what Miss, oh my goodness, the candy. I love that. All right, Miss Donna. Let's see if Miss Donna can go live. I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live and supporting me this morning. If you haven't done so yet, please click that follow button. Hi,
Good
Miss.
morning.
How are you?
I was shocked. I was like, me? Me? Is there another Donna on here?
So where are you located, Donna?
I'm in Louisiana.
Oh my goodness, man. Okay, so for everyone who is watching, Donna is the second person from Louisiana I've had on here this morning. Okay, so now this is how synchronicities drop in. I want to thank everyone who is sending me gifts and sharing my live. So even as a medium, we kind of have to read synchronicities. That's how spirit communicates with everyone. So now this is the second person on my live from Louisiana that I have just chosen randomly. And even Donna was like, I was so surprised to be chosen. I was about to choose someone else. And Spirit said, no, this person. And I was like, oh, okay, let's go with Donna. So now after this live, I will sit in meditation for a little while to figure out what's going on. 2 people from Louisiana. It's my stomping ground. It's where I was born and raised. What am I being told? So that's how you read synchronicities. All right, Miss Donna, what part of Louisiana are you from?
I'm down.
Baton Rouge?
I'm near Baton Rouge. I'm in New Roads.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, Falls River.
Yes. All righty. So what can I do for you today? You want cards? Is your dad in spirit?
He is.
Uh-huh. Okay. So now do you want this gentleman standing here or do you want cards?
I do.
All right. I thought you might. So the whole time I was talking to you, this gentleman was standing here and I was telling this story and I just kept hearing dad. So I have a dad energy here. So now when I say I have a dad energy, I felt like it was her dad, but you always want to say dad energy. This dad energy is telling me, so Donna, there are, of course, anytime anyone loses a parent, they're heartbroken, but your dad was really, I'm hearing that his loss was reverberated outside the family to the community. So your dad had a huge impact, not only on his family, but his friends and his community. And he is still talked about that he is gone. Is that true?
Well, he committed suicide when I was 7, so I don't remember him.
Okay, very good. So for everyone, not very good, but you'll know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Now, it makes so much sense because I was about to say, oh, we have a dad energy. So now as a medium, and I teach this in my classes, you don't want to I felt like it was her dad. That's the reason I said that. But typically I say, we have a dad energy in case it's your father-in-law or something like that.
Right.
So, but that's why he was being so adamant, dad energy, so you would know. Yes, because if I said a lot of his personality or any of that, there is a picture he is showing me, and I don't know if you remember this picture, but he is showing me there's a picture of him, and he's sitting in a chair, and the picture is taken from the side, and someone must have called his name, and he's looking, and he's smiling, and no one knew what was going on behind those eyes, and he was just a very handsome man. Do you remember that picture?
I do not.
Start digging for him.
I will.
He is letting me know that there was such a shock. Like at the time that he took his life, and I'm not saying that is ever okay or that it is ever a normal part of our society, but we talk about it a lot more now. At the time that your dad took his life, no one talked about mental illness. This is also something that is hitting me because this is the second person that has come to me almost back to back with mental illness issues, the second person from Louisiana. So these are some synchronicities that are dropping in for me that I'm gonna have to sit with later. Like, is there someone back home that I know or grew up with that is really having some mental health issues is what I will sit with later. That's how synchronicities come to you. But he is saying that no one really talked about mental illness and the effect it had.
Probably. Yeah, not back then. I'm sure they didn't.
He is also talking about how sorry he is that once he left, it was like he didn't exist in your life anymore. It wasn't like people continued to say, your dad didn't want to leave you, he loved you. Now, outside of this one family unit, he is showing me that his passing had a huge impact on his friendship circle. Now, you probably don't know that, but he is showing me, because I was like, oh, how awful. Did you cease to exist? That was my question to him. Like, did people stop talking about you? And he shows me outside of the family, people still talked about him a lot. He became like the Robin Williams of his friend group of, oh my goodness, if he's going to do this, anyone could. Let's start checking on each other. Let's start talking about it. So he and his friendship group became more of a call to action for them. But you probably don't know that because you said you were young.
Yeah.
Now, what he is talking about is that his passing and the way it happened helps you be more empathetic to people around you. This reminds me of the lady I was just talking to. Have you noticed, Donna, that people will come to you and just tell you their whole life story and you haven't even really asked them?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. She must not have recognized that because I was like, there was a silence. I said, why is there
I
silence?
know. I was like,
Because she had to sit with it. She's like, oh,
yeah.
yeah,
I think people are, yeah.
yeah, that does happen. And she
My
didn't even realize it.
coworkers, sometimes I'm like, what?
Right. It's such a part of who you are that you don't even recognize it happens. It's because this energy that your dad leaving the planet left you with of such a, I don't even know if you do it on a conscious level. It feels more subconscious that if someone needs someone to talk to, if someone needs a shoulder to cry on, you are going to be that. You're never going to let someone feel like they are alone. Even if someone has annoyed you, even if you're mad at someone and angry at them, you're still going to be there for them.
Oh, yes, that's so true.
Yeah, that's what your dad just told me. So now whenever a spirit tells me something like that, that I would not know, it's a sign that they are around you. I don't let spirit step up and say, hey, tell them I'm around. They have to prove it. And your dad proved it by showing me your personality and how you navigate this earth plane and the beauty that you bring to the world without even realizing it. So your dad did a really good job of proving that he is around you.
Oh,
He's also telling me that you have children. You have 3 children?
no,
How many children do you have?
1,
Did you have a miscarriage or abortion?
yes.
Okay. I'm gonna have to find something else to say. Besides very good whenever people, when it's like, oh yeah.
It's fine. I understand.
So I saw these other children around you. Frequently when I read people, I could tell spirit to change it, but I don't really care. Because whenever I read someone, if I have the wrong amount of children, I know that they've had a miscarriage or an abortion. Because I see all the babies around you.
Oh,
Your dad is, because he was talking about what a great parent you are. And I was like, oh, is she? And I was like, how many babies does she have? And he showed me these other babies. So just know that when babies pass back to the earth plane, they don't, and you must have questioned this or I wouldn't be called to tell you, they don't stay babies. When they present to me, they present as babies, because if I said, oh, there's a grown man over here who, and you'd be like, oh, who that is. So whenever you incarnate into the earth plane, you don't bring your entire soul with you. You leave part of yourself back in heaven. It's called our higher self, your upper soul, according to what your belief system is. There's a different word for it. It means all the same thing. So when you pass or a baby passes, they go back and merge with their higher self. So they don't remain babies. They present as babies, or you wouldn't be able to identify them. Does that make sense?
yes.
Okay, very good. Your dad is also talking about his grandbaby, who I know is not his grandbaby anymore. I know that your child is grown. But I can imagine I had grandbabies, and I don't care how old they are, they're still going to be my grandbabies. He's around that child a lot, and he's talking about he messes with they love music. So your child loves music.
No, not really. Not that I know.
I feel the need to put earbuds in.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's a gamer. And he wears
okay.
his.
Okay, very good. I was going to say, when you said not music, I said, I don't know. I'm putting my earbuds
I see
in.
earbud. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a gamer, so he
Okay,
does. He
very
wears
good.
his earphones.
So that makes so much sense. Just know that whenever he starts having static or those earbuds starts glitching, your dad is taking responsibility for that. That is how he gets to him. And anytime you love something or your spirit loves something, that is how your spirit is going to get attention. So I knew when I put these earbuds in, I was like, oh, I always put earbuds in to listen to music. So that's why I thought that's what it was. So your son loves gaming, so that's how your dad's going to get to him. And I'm seeing recently that your son was playing this game, and I'm not sure what happened. Like, I don't know what game it is because I know nothing about gaming.
Me either.
But your dad is showing me your son playing the game, and it's at an intricate part of this game. Like, I don't know what I'm about to do, about to win something. And the screen glitches, and your son almost has a freaking heart attack. And then it comes back real quick, and I feel that relief. Oh, okay. Yeah. And your dad's taking responsibility for that. So just ask your son about that happening and let him know that was his grandfather.
I will ask him.
Yes. And then your job after you ask your son is to message me and say, my son said. And if it hasn't happened yet, it will. Because he's very adamant about, I'm seeing it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Miss Lana.
Thank you. You have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you so much.
I love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. So now that was, sorry, got an itch on my back. Okay. So that was a lot of fun. And now this is something, even as mediums, we have to understand when spirit is trying to get to us. So 2 people in a row were from my home state. I can read for an entire month and have no one from Louisiana that I pull to read, right? I didn't know where these people were from. I was just, whatever name popped out at me, I was asking them to go live. 2 people back to back from Louisiana. Both of them, spirit that pulled up, had some mental health issues. So now that is a synchronicity. And so do I know what it means right now? No, because I'm talking to y'all. I haven't sat with it, but as soon as I'm off the live, I will go sit in meditation, or I will just sit quietly. If I can't figure it out right away, sitting in meditation, then I will go about my day and ask spirit to give me clarification. And then at some point they will drop clarification in. So that is how synchronicities work. That is also some of the things I teach in my Intro to Mediumship class that starts next week. If anyone is interested in learning how to do this, how to learn the language of spirit, how to figure out when spirit is communicating with you. The vast majority of the people that I have taught in my classes have not gone on to be psychic mediums. Some of them have. They've continued their training and gone on to be full-blown paid psychic mediums. Other people just want to navigate this world in a more intuitive manner. And that's the vast majority of the people who take my class. So if anyone's interested, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium, under classes, Intro to Mediumship. It starts next week. The classes are Wednesday evening. The classes are recorded if you can't make it there. And every week I do readings, because every week I will present a concept, or whatever we're talking about that week. I will present the concept. I will demonstrate the concept, and then we practice. Now, the benefit to being able to practice in a group setting is because I can also stop you or help you figure out what it is. That is because I know sometimes you will have something happening over and over and over and over, and you're like, what the heck does this mean? Well, you're with someone who can link up with you and say, okay, this is what that means. It happened just the other day with Dee, because we were doing a group read. Dee had said something, she thought she was wrong, and later I was like, no, Dee, you weren't. This is what you were seeing. And then she's like, oh yeah, okay. So it's just helpful when you have someone who can link up with you and tell you what you're seeing or what you're doing and how to navigate that situation. All right, where am I going live next, Dee? Facebook?
I think it's Facebook, yeah.
I am headed over to Facebook. If anyone wants to join me over there, I will continue this over on Facebook. If not, I will be live again tomorrow morning at 11 on TikTok. If you haven't done so, please click that follow button. I appreciate all of your support.